Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon with 2 expansions, and this is yet again the title screen in case you didn't notice. And well, it hasn't been that long ago since we last looked at it, but that's what we get when we have a very short park. I mean, it basically really was just a 1-year race to the 900 guest count, and we made it in time. That's what's important. Now, of course, this menu, we've seen it countless of times, and the one thing that I want to know is what the next park will hold in store for us. So, we go down this glorious list. Oh, look at this. Look at this! Only 6 more parks left to do. And, wow. Joffrey Gardens, the very last one of them. Anyway, right now it's up for Pickle Park is up next. So let's go into here and find out what it's all about. So pause it first, of course. You know, tradition. Actually quite saved my ass last time in the previous park. So yeah, I'm not ever gonna stop doing that. But anyway, Pickle Park. The local authority won't allow any kind of advertising or promotion, so this park must succeed by reputation only. Oh my goodness! I mean, I've been trying to not use advertising or promotion for pretty much my entire playthrough of both the original and this expansion. So I think it's safe to assume that I'm pretty practiced at this so-called challenge. I mean, this is what I've been doing. This park should be right up my alley. Now, we need to get 1400 Ks in the end of year 3 with a rating of 600. I think we had to do this like 4 times or so already, but then there was always a challenge. It was difficult terrain. We had hardly any rides, or I don't know, the guests were crazy poor, or you name it, there was something. I don't know, but I just have a feeling that this is the only challenge really that we're gonna face. Now there is one thing though with this 1400, in that most of the parks really, you know, had guests in them, but when I look at this I see 0 guests with 0 rating and 10 grants, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that this park will be completely empty. And it seems I'm about right. Well, except for the trees of course, but how big is it? It's not that big really, though. Then again, it might actually be quite big. It's definitely a lot bigger than Fiasco Forest, which was like this. So we have a good deal more size and quite a lovely terrain really, with all these hills. That does make for amazing coasters and a lake. Man, the possibilities of this are crazy. First though, let's see what we got to work with before we make any plans. So, of course, I first want to check out the rides. So, we have 2 transportation rides, and I mean, I just never built them, but if we get that monorail or that, I don't know, duo rail or whatever, there's one that I quite like, and that is purely because it's fast. I might build that, not making any promises, but there is a chance. The gentle rides. Oh wow, this isn't anything shabby really though. I mean, this really... Game, I thought we had agreed on this ride being absolutely utter useless. Having tried to build this on several occasions, you know, in several different ways, it never turns out. For the rest, pretty decent setup over here. Coasters. Coasters is a bit of a weak area. We have enough to start out, but that's it, you know. I mean, coasters is definitely something that we should research, well, I think reasonably quick. I mean, these 4 coasters, they will be built quite quickly, and then, yeah. Alright, you know, run-of-the-mill standard stuff over here. Yeah, more or less the same, though this, you know, I mean, I've had, you know, the whole vanilla game I've played pretty much without this ride, but now I've grown very fond of it. This is gonna be a definite ride in the park, at some point at least, so. Now, over here, do we miss anything? Oh, we don't miss anything, but we only have one of the food stalls, so what we might do at some point, if we have enough rides, you know, say like at the end of year 2, we might research a few shops and stalls, just so that we get the food variety up. Because otherwise, we might see complaints at some point that there's not enough food and it's all the same, and yeah, you know, wine. So now, the thing that we really need is, of course, more thrill rides. I mean, we only have 2, so first thing we do is this, and yeah, I might have forgotten this in the previous park, so I won't do that now. See, I learn from my mistakes, at least I hope. But anyway, let's also check out what kind of scenery we have. Alright, nothing. So that's quickly discovered, quickly seen. Now, what are we going to do with this park? I mean, it's just empty. We only have 4 path tiles and that's it. So we can just do whatever we want with it, really. And, well, if we disable the trees, it is indeed quite hilly. I mean, how high is the highest? Oh, that's like 15. I think that 15 is the highest the hills go. That's quite high, actually. So, water slide? Yes. Oh man. I mean, we can use the height to crazy advantages. Oh man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. So, well, back to what we're gonna do. I think that in terms of infrastructure, we would be best served with this square 8. You know, the digital 8. So we have like a rectangle like this, you know, bordering the lake, and then have it cross one time. I think that would be the best solution, really, to our infrastructure, and we just start expanding, like, from over here. We'll follow the terrain a bit. I mean, it doesn't need to be, like, strictly straight, but that should be the plan, and then we'll have water rides on the water, duh, and, we'll have wooden coasters. I don't know, really. I mean, see, the thing is, I want to do something cool with this. I have a feeling that this park will be incredibly easy, and I want to do something cool with the scenery. The thing is, though, what? I mean, right now, I have a hilly forest with a lake. I mean, what we could do is... I don't know, really. We could make like some mine area out of it, but I don't really know what kind of scenery we're gonna get. And for now, though, the only option that I have is just to make more forest, really. Maybe we should do that and go with a bit of a jungle theming, you know? I mean, it is hilly, there are a lot of trees, there is some water. Or maybe like a Scottish variant, you know? This could be Loch Pickle or whatever. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not really decided on what we're gonna do, but well, you know, the first order of business should be to open up the park. I know there's nothing in it at the moment, but still, we should not leave this closed any moment longer than we absolutely have to. Now, the next order of business should be to get some path out here. What we could also do is change the path type, actually. I mean, there's only 4 tiles. If we are going to change the path type, now would be the time to do it. And I'm inclined to go with... You know what? We could go with this. I think that we haven't really gone with this as a main path tile for, like, I don't know, forever. I mean, I can't... Well, I think there was like some mine or alien air. Yeah, I think it was a mine in the original where we went with this. So, can you imagine just how long that has been? We're also gonna use these, so it looks good. And, well, first order of business will be to extend our path infrastructure a little bit, like a lot. And I think actually we don't really need to go straight, but I think it wouldn't be such a bad idea to just go straight over this, well, crevasse. I mean, I don't really know what it is. A small canyon, or just a dent. So yeah, let's unpause it and let's get to expanding our roadworks. There, and then we'll go down. You know, following the terrain a bit, remove you. And then all the way up till there. I mean, for now, that should do it, really. We don't need that much more. I mean... Oh, wait, by the way, do we have guests? Can't really see them. Is there already one? I want to inspect the very first guest that we get. I want to know how much money he has. By the way, another thing I haven't really checked is, can I expand the land? I don't think we will be. No. Alright, so that was a waste of time, but right. Yeah. Well, we have plenty of space, so I don't really think we need to expand. Now, first order of business is get handy dudes. See, the thing is, I don't think we will really be in a time pressure in this park, but nonetheless, the start is going to be quite important. We want to build up very quickly so that we have, we have a good start. I mean, a good start is half the work. At least that's what they say in my country, and it's true. Now, the very first thing we should build, I think, is a ride, like somewhere over here. And what better than to build a thrill ride, like right over here. What we could do though is have all the thrill rides be on this side of the path, and have all the coasters be like on the outskirts of the park. So we have like a flat center, and then have high stuff on all the outskirts. I must say that I quite like that idea, actually. It also seems that all the hills are on the outside, so the coasters could benefit massively. Right, ladies and gentlemen, a plan is forming. We are going to do that. However, I think that, most of the parks we've been in silence. Right now, we are going to start out with... Oh, balls. I wanted to start out over here with this, the merry-go-round. But we are gonna get like a path cross-section. Let's actually plan that out. Let's also build that. I think it wouldn't be such a bad idea if the path would cross from over here. Would this be a good idea? Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll have... Yeah, alright. So that's what we'll do. We will extend it a little bit further. Not that there's a real need for it, but I don't want to, like, block myself off already for the future. I mean, who knows what that will bring, right? So there we go. Plenty of space, I might add. We could add plenty of coasters and plenty of thrill and gentle rides over here. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to build this... right over there. Oh, right over there. We need a few things gone, of course, for that. We will build this. Yeah, there. So, look at this. And when it's opened up, music! And all the park will be full of joy. I mean, that's what music does, right? Now, let's pause it and let's set it up. And do we have guests already? Come on, I want to see... Ooh, there he is, guest number 3. You're a happy fellow with 60 bucks. I hope you're the poorest one of them, cause well, if all the guests are poor, that is an added challenge to the park. And I do want to know, because we need to adjust our pricing to how wealthy they are. For now though, we're gonna assume that they got between 60 and 90 bucks, so we can definitely charge 5 bucks. And even if they were poor, we were still going to charge 5 bucks. Now, we are going to fine-tune these settings there, which basically means tuning it up to the max. And we're gonna name this, how about we call this, the Jouster. Oh yeah. Because that's what you do on a horse, right? Or at least you did in the Middle Ages, you joust. Oh, and you ride it, but that's another thing. Jousting, that's what's all that was important. When you want to be a knight and in shiny armor on a horse. Look at that horse. Anyway, we have one right now. We do not have the entrance path leading to it. Oh, and hear that. The sweet music of Rollercoaster Tycoon. The ever so characteristic music of this game. I love it. Now, yeah, perfect. Alright, that hooks up rather nicely, I might add. Now, we need yet another handy dude for this new section. Because, staff is very important in keeping this park clean, nice and tidy. We also might want to add a mechanic, because we have none at the moment. This won't be needed because there's nothing to demolish and there's nobody to entertain except you. Guest 3. Now usually, I name the very first few guests I see, but I just have a suspicion that you might leave very, very early. So yeah, we're not going to name you. What we do need to do now though is, well, we need a thrill ride basically, and well, despite the fact that I want to keep coasters on the outside, I do feel that at the starting area we do need to make a little compromise here and there, just so that we can get the park up and running. And that's what we're going to be doing over here. Now we're going to have this hook up to the far side actually, so that we have ultimate repeat guest options here. Because we're gonna go this way with the queue. Look, perfect, alright? Now, time to tune this and... Ooh, more guests! Time for... Wait, what? How come that is... Oh, yeah, here's the rest. You are tired, though. Alright, 70, 60, 60... And you're also tired. 60... And guest number 10, you're very happy. You got 50. Yeah, so I think that we actually have quite poor guests in here with an average of 60. Oh, alright, that is an added challenge, and I will keep that in mind with the pricing of this park. First though, I mean, the very first rides that we're gonna have, they are needed here to bring in the initial money. So... yeah, there's no real option to, well, price them cheaply. We need the money, so yeah, it's gonna be the full $5 for you. Now, how are we gonna name this? We are going to call this ooh. Yeah, Nessie's Swing Down. Totally not Scottish or well, inspired by some Loch something. No. Oh man, yeah. Now, if we have such a name, we cannot escape a somewhat watery color theming. Am I right? How about this? With the trees on? Yeah, that looks about right. Besides, what we could also do is we could change these to wooden. Ooh, that looks actually quite good. We're gonna change these both to wooden. Quite like that, actually. Alright, cool. So, we got this set up now. What we now need to do is get some basic facilities down, really. Because at the moment, we do not have benches or anything else, really. So, yeah, let's get those. We might also want to add trash cans, because it might not seem like it, but this park is gonna have shops and stalls. They're just not there yet. Yet, indeed. Now, speaking about those, let's build those right now. We are going to build you right there. And, somebody actually mentioned in the comments that... well, my pricing for the umbrellas in, not Fiasco Forest, but I think it was Rotting Heights, or the one before that, in any case, was quite high for the poor guests, and, well, I think he had a point, so we're gonna lower the prices of the umbrellas a little bit to 9.90. No, we're not. We're gonna make them substantially cheaper, and we're gonna charge $6. I mean, that's like a 40% decrease in price. I think that's only reasonable. Seeing how our guests are quite poor, I don't want them to leave the park too early. I mean, 1,400 guests will be quite the challenge still. So, now we're gonna go for blue umbrellas. There! Alright. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I thought as much. Let's also open you up. Now, we do want the rest of the basic facilities. So, let's put you there. We're gonna charge 20 cents for this. And then we're gonna need you as well. You know what? We'll put you there. Just open up. I mean, I'm not gonna fiddle around with the prices. I could do that actually and make like a penny more, but I think that it will hurt the park in the long run. So, and look at that, we now have 11 guests. Oh wow, the park is flourishing like never before. Oh, I'm hoping to see some guests that have 80 bucks, but I think that we won't see. Oh my good lord, they're very, very poor. Look at this, 40 bucks. You know what? I'm just going to lower the prices of this one to 5 bucks even. So it's just a new ride really if you buy an umbrella. Yikes. I mean, our guests are insanely poor all of a sudden. Well, actually not all of a sudden. They always have been. But yeah, that is an issue. Now, we have a thrill ride, we have a gentle ride, we have facilities. All that's missing is the one thing that this game is named after, and that is a roller coaster. There's 2 we can build, but I feel that this one will reel in the most profit. And, well, like I said, they're gonna be on the outside. What better than to start by filling up this very corner of this park? And, you know, just because building coasters is expensive, what I want to do is find out what our max loan is. How high can we go? Oh, 15 grand is actually pretty reasonable. That's pretty good actually. Usually it's a lot lower, but I approve. We won't need that, I think, for this coaster right now, but knowing it doesn't hurt anybody, alright? Now, what we could do is build the station underground and immediately start expensive funky things, but that's not what we're gonna do. I wanna keep it cheap, or at least for this starting coaster, because we're gonna need the money. Let's see, if we I want the station to be on the same height as the infrastructure here. So that means that we need it to be built over here, more or less. We could always go underground. It's not like I don't want it to go underground, it's just that I don't want a station to be underground, really. Then again, that would make it severely easier if we just built the... No, it doesn't really. Alright, I've decided. We are going to build the station right over here on this line of tiles here. This... Wait, hold on. Hold on, is that you? Yeah, this line of tiles, that's where I want it. It's not gonna be a dual coaster or anything, but that is where we're gonna build this station. So, whoa. Okay, now where was that again? Well, I think it was this line though. So, and then we need to go backwards with this. Oh, wow, I can actually just straight on expand the whole station. Alright, I think that's far enough anyway, so there. And then we need this to be quite far back for safety issues. As we've learned, you know, coasters apparently always get fixed at the back when they have station brake failures. So that is important. Now we're gonna go up here and then curl with our lift, and then do it again, and then again, and then again, and then that's it really. But man, look at how high we are. We are at height 29. This is good stuff. Then we are going to drop our height because, yeah, because of issues that we're experiencing. But look at this, right above the path. That's always good for high ratings, or so I've been told. And then immediately a curve. You know what we could even do? A helix down large. Yeah, of course there would be... Oh, it was just the one tree there. Alright. That's interesting. Now, if we do a sharp curve there, and then a wide curve here. Right now we are at breakneck speeds, really. So we want to do something about that. Oh, actually, we don't really want to do something about that. We just want to manage this carefully. So we do need to do a little bit of terraforming here and there. Why am I... Oh, there. Right, and then over here. This is all within the acceptable range of terraforming that I'm willing to do. Look at that. Right next to our station. Oh, that's brilliant. And then, right now, I feel like we should go up till, I don't know, height 13, so we can just go below our own coaster here. Yeah, right, so we don't really want to do that because of this. Helix down small, perhaps? Yeah, that actually works. Now, we then want to go up, and we do have the speed to do this. I mean, height 17 isn't an issue for this coaster at all. Now, I know I'm doing crazy things with this, but really, the first coaster does need to be quite a success, so I think that this is all warranted. And we can always take out some loan, right? So, oh, we're actually already in the underground. That's good. Because what we're gonna do now is a helix down large, and then, oh, wow, nice! This coaster is already going to be quite amazing. Now at height 10, we cannot really go everywhere. Yeah, like quite literally. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna take a nice approach here. And do it like this. Now, because we're building underground, I don't really need this underground view. You know what, that whole twist and twirl thing isn't really needed. So we'll just have a drop down, as if it's nothing special. And there. Oh, that still doesn't work. Apparently it doesn't, and that is too close, but this will hook it up. And right now we are at that we are at that point where we need to terraform to see this thing back to the station. Right about time, I feel. So let's get this test riding whilst I hook up the entrance and the exit path, because that is also going to be quite a challenge. Seeing how this is our very first coaster, I want this to actually hook up like right over here. So, well, I mean right at the start of the park. So that's what we're gonna go for. Wow, and already it's raining? Oh my, that's not really that good actually. I had hoped that it wouldn't rain for at least quite a while, because right now we are right at the start of our park. And money isn't the thing we have an abundance of. Oh, that's actually hooked up. Very nice. I thought that I am clicking on the path tiles game. So now what we really want here is benches, and lots of them. Oh man. So yeah. Now we also have just finished the test ride, so we should have ratings right now. Ooh, a 5.5. That's not that bad, really, for, well, a reasonably cheap coaster. I think it only costed us like 5 grand. So that's actually rather good. I'm happy with it. I approve. Now, what we need is to set this up for success. Seeing how our guests are so incredibly poor in this park, what we're gonna do is we are going to, well, charge just $5. I think $5 should be the limit, really, of our pricing, so that even the poorest guest can go on 8 rides. 8. That's not a whole lot, but eventually, you know, the prices of these will come down, and then they should be able to go on more rides. But yeah, I mean, 8 rides, really. Oh man, not good, not good. Now we are going to name this the Mini Glen. yeah. Mini Glen. Glen Fiddick. No. I mean, we could make this Whiskey Park even, because that's all I really know from Scotland, but I don't even know. I haven't really thought on a naming theme yet for this park, so... Oh, but look at this! Our very first umbrellas have been sold! Very good, very good. Now, with the naming and all this setup done, what we now need is a respray for this coaster. Even though I do think that the colors aren't that bad, I mean, I've definitely seen worse, we are gonna give it a respray. For example, the inner tracks, we can make these green, for example, bright green. We can then have these be dark red. This is an interesting combination. If we then have these be brown, Or white? How does white look? White doesn't add that much. How does black look? I don't know really. All of a sudden I'm growing less and less fond of these colors. Could also go with yellow. How about bright yellow? I mean, it is raining, so the whole coloring of the coaster is a bit skewed. I think that this is how this yellow looks, but this is more like brown at the moment. Right. I don't know really. You know what? We're white. I think we're gonna go with this, or perhaps we can go with the lighter version of it. Yeah, that's what we'll do for now, and I might come back to this if it turns out that the colors are indeed but ugly. So, there. Now, white and green cars, we have ourselves a coaster. And I think that right now we have laid the foundation of a... Oh, no. No, we have not. You know why we haven't? Because this coaster will need its very own handyman, and it will also need its very own fix mechanic. So we'll get the both of those. There. You will only fix rides, and you will only do so for this coaster. And you are trapped right now. Very good. So, with those two latest additions to the stuff, I do think that right now we have the basics for a very successful park. And we're only in April, and already we got 110 guests in the park. Wow. That's actually pretty good, if you ask me. So, I'd say join me next time when we will continue to expand this park and hopefully grow in numbers, both guest count and financial. So, yeah, see you then.